Hey, it's Tom from On Target Adventures. Today we're going to compare the XOP Vanish to the XOP Cold World. Two awesome stands. You're not going to go wrong with either one of these stands. So quick disclaimer, I am on their pro staff and I got this one for free. I'm going to do a review on it throughout the year. The Cold World, that is. This one I bought at the end of last season. I used it a couple times in December. And so I'm sat in this one as well here this summer. So I'll tell you what I think. As you probably can tell right off the bat, this one is longer stand and this one's a little bit shorter. I'll put the stats on the screen here for you. When you are sitting, I did notice the difference on that. The Vanish here is wider as well. Cold World's a little narrower, but still I'm 6'4", about 220, size 13 shoe, and I still feel like I have plenty of room in the Cold World. So the Cold World, this one is 7.5 pounds. The Vanish here is 10.5. The Cold World has a real sandpaper type of gritty kind of texture to it. Super grippy. This one I like the texture also. It's not as rough to the touch, but still it's plenty of good grip. I didn't have any problems with it with snow in December in Wisconsin here, so this one is awesome grip as well. This is a little bit lighter color. I don't know if I like that at first, but as I put it on more trees throughout the summer here, I noticed it did blend in just fine. So price wise, XOP Vanish comes in at $220. XOP Cold World comes in at $450. So this is twice as much. This is super lightweight. I mean, you could take this as far back as you want. Meant to be taken in and out every single hunt. This you can still do the same thing. It's only about 3 more pounds. But I can feel the difference on my back between these two. This is not terrible. It's still only 10.5 pounds. And this is fantastic. This would be a super good option if you're a guy who hunted private land or leases and you want to put multiple hang-ons up and leave them up, you know, for a couple weeks or during the rut or most of the season. I'm guessing you probably would not get this one to buy a bunch of them just because of the price tag. I hunt all public land, but if I hunted private or lease, I would get a bunch of these to hang up because they're half the price and they're a tad bigger. And you're only going to carry them in once a year and probably carry them out once a year. But if you're a running gun type hunter, if you can afford it, I would definitely go with this one. It is a little more expensive, but compared to the Lone Wolf Custom Gear .75, which is comparable to this size, I mean, you're talking a couple $100 cheaper for this one still. So this is still a really good value. So I was not planning on upgrading. I got this at the end of last season, December of 22, and used it for a couple late season hunts. Loved it. I was planning on using this for the entire season this year, but I applied for the pro staff thing. XOP agreed to give me this new one to do a couple reviews on it. So let's get them up on the tree. Let's show you the differences of me sitting down so you can see how much room I have for my feet. Okay, a couple differences. For the Vanish here, that's not the seat that comes with it. That's leftover seat cushion I had from the Lone Wolf hand climber. They put that on there because I did not like their seat the Vanish comes with. This newer seat is much better on the Cold World. Much thicker, and it just keeps its form better. The other one just smushed down like a pancake, so that's not the seat that comes with the Vanish. One thing I will say, now this is a little bit overlaps a little bit because that's not the seat that came with it, but the width of the seat here is just more comfortable for me than the Cold World. The Cold World, I think it's narrow. We'll get the stats up there, but I think it's narrower width-wise. Now I'm about 220, 6'4", so my butt's not that big, I guess. Pretty big, but I'll probably use both of these depending on the situation. If I'm going around town here on close hunts that I'm not walking very far, if but I'm sitting a long time, I might take this one because it's more footroom. Let's check out the footroom right now. Alright, so here's the Vanish. I have a foot sticking over a couple inches. Not very much, pretty comfortable. Standing up. So plenty of room with that one. Even with the seat down, I mean, you put the seat up, it's even more room. Here's the Cold World. So I feel like my foot hangs over more on the edge of the stand, which is okay, it's fine. The seat is more cushiony though. The cushion is nice. The seat seems a little narrower. It seems like I don't have both cheeks fully on the seat. Stand up. Definitely still have plenty of room to maneuver any direction, even with the seat down. You put the seat up, you got plenty of room still also. So my foot just hangs over more because again, it is shorter from the base of the tree out to there versus the Vanish. Again, I'm about 6'4", so just keep that in mind. Another difference is the Cold World has 5 adjustments points to adjust the pitch of the platform. Well, the Vanish just has 3. It's in the bottom one now. 1, 2, 3. 3 options for the Vanish. Not a deal breaker, but still a little more adjustability goes with the Cold World in that one. All right, guys. So closing thoughts on the Cold World and the Vanish here. You can't go wrong with either of these stands. Again, I got the Vanish last year. I mean, for $220, it's fantastic. It's light enough to be a mobile set for public land hunters, and also, or you can just leave it up all season if you have a lease or private land. So you can't go wrong. If you're hunting mostly public, run and gun type hunter, I would say if you can, get this one if you can afford it. Again, it's $450, it's a little more expensive. It's just lighter. I can notice a difference carrying it. Not quite as big. You know, if you're a taller guy, I'm not sure, but still, I'll carry this. Our bow hunting trip that we take in late October every year, I'll probably have this most of the time because we do a lot of walking. But both stands are awesome. Again, if I can make one suggestion to XOP, is to keep this exact platform maybe next year, and I don't know if they can have an option with a wider seat. I know that's going to add a little weight, but for me personally, you know, if it adds a ½ pound, I really wouldn't care. If it goes up to 8 pounds, a little wider seat. This cushion's awesome. That would be awesome. And maybe an option, I know this might not be feasible for them, but to have the post a little bit taller. That would be a nice option. I know Lone Wolf Custom Gear has those options. I don't know if that's feasible for XOP, but a wider seat for the big guys and a taller post option. Not sure if production-wise that would make sense for them financially, but those would be my only two improvements on the Cold World. Otherwise, it's awesome. They're both awesome stands. You can't go wrong. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down in the comments section. Thanks for watching.